friend Diane Sawyer. She has a new special. It's called Screen Time. Diane Sawyer reporting about something many are talking about. How much of our time do we spend on our screens? And Diane, reunited, and it feels so good.
But you've seen those stats.
Yes. 49 days on average.
9 days of our life each year spent on mobile phones, on average. So we're looking at a month and a half of our life spent that way. And we are hearing over and over again, it's what started us on this, about the struggle in American families, parents to kids, relationships, everybody wondering what's happening with the science and our brains. What have we come? Is it something different? And most of all, I think everybody just wants the balance. Can we have the ease of our technology and have the fullness of our lives as well? We're going to show you something based on another stat, which is on average, we pick up the phone 80 times a day, on average. And so some researchers wanted to know what that would mean in the lives of kids. Are they okay with that? Or is this something that they're paying attention to and maybe we don't notice when we're just home alone without the cameras?
A mom comes into a laboratory. She's asked to scroll and type and focus on her screen just for 2 minutes. The videotape showing something maybe adults don't see when we're home alone.
This is not about parent guilting because parents feel so torn and sometimes we have to get things done.
This is 2.5-year-old Jensen.
I think he's about to suss out that she's on the device.
It takes just 15 seconds for Jensen to start his campaign to get Mom Melissa to look up from that screen.
We have some other things we do, Mommy. We have some other things to do, Mommy.
And he just walks away. Yeah.
This mom is helping researchers replicate a study for us. She's doing something very difficult for her. Asked to keep looking down. And remember, just for 2 minutes.
Come on, Mommy.
He repeats the plea 7 times.
We have another thing to do, Mommy. Mommy! You gonna not listen to me, Mommy. Listen to me, Mommy.
And here is another fact about grown-ups and phones. On average, we unlock our phones 80 times a day.
Cell phones, I think, are qualitatively different than other forms of distraction because they're with us all the time. They're ubiquitous. They have been engineered to grab our attention.
In the old day, phones were chained to the wall, but today a child sees our heads go down, our eyes rivet on something or someone else.
What you have is that little sneak down. You've all noticed it at dinner conversations. And basically it means, I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm pretending to talk to you.
And no one can be sure how long before your eyes look up again. This is little Hunter, who seemed to have learned when she has to compete with the phone, she might as well just give up.
She's sitting down and she's waiting. She knows her mother is not available right now.
When it was over,
Dusty, come here. Give a hug.
Jensen's mom said it was a revelation.
I was actually really surprised at his reaction.
So did this mom.
I think you don't realize when you're at home in your own environment. I think I'll pay attention more now to not pick my phone up.
The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that kids under 18 months should avoid screens entirely, with the occasional exception of a few minutes of FaceTime with family.
I love you.
I really don't want to be guilt-tripping parents with this study or the implications, but I do want this study to be a wake-up call. That face-to-face time we have with our children is not just the icing on the cake. It is the cake. It is the place that children learn the most about the world and about themselves.
I love you.
I love you.
Precious baby.
Yes, and again, every part of our lives, it starts in a way by beginning just looking at possibilities, looking at what we are, and that's what we're setting out to do and why we go. We interview brain scientists. We talk to everybody we can in the country to try to get solutions and help. And we also address this issue. Do you know what you've agreed to? Do you read the privacy policies when you agree to something online? Well, I just got, if you can roll the tape here, I got some privacy policies that are only for the apps on my phone, and started looking through them with experts to try to figure out some of the things I had agreed to. And I was very surprised at some of the things that I have agreed to, because we don't tend to read them. We're going to cover all of this, and we're going to cover how we solve this together, because we can.
How do we solve it? What's the practical
There
thing?
are so many wonderful people in our piece tonight are going to show you how they did it. And in a way, it begins by knowing what you're doing and thinking about why you're doing it. It's about more life. It's about getting more of the life you want. And you know, you have a screen time. Would you like to check your screen times with me? We can do this together.
On live TV?
Mine is going to be quite low this morning, because I haven't done very much except work on this piece.
You go in your settings to do this, right?
You go in your settings to do it, yes. And,
Okay, screen time.
I have had, I'm going to win. I've only had 17 minutes of screen time this morning, but I bet you all have. And then you know that you can look and see how many times you picked it up as well.
I like how you need to go like last 7 days.
I've got 13 minutes.
You do?
13 minutes, yeah.
Well, good. Aren't you special?
You've always been more connected than me.
I picked it up only 4 times per hour. But it begins by noticing what you're doing and thinking, why am I doing that? Why am I just reaching for it by default?
But I really appreciate what the woman said in saying, is this not a guilt trip? It's
No.
It's just an awareness.
Some of it's very funny, and I love that every member of our crew stayed afterwards to talk about kids, their kids, and what we're doing.
You can see it all tomorrow night here on ABC.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.